Hey guys, I'm here. Today we're going to be starting Masters of the Universe Revolution, which is picking up after the events of Revelations, which we have reacted to here on the channel. I really enjoyed that entire ride, and with that little tease that we got in the end of the series of that season, I was really excited to see what they were going to do next. Powerhouse knocked it out of the park with the animation, with the action, the voice work, everything. Brought it together and made a really fun and engaging ride. And I'm excited to see what that next step is going to entail. So let's go ahead and jump into that first episode. If you want to see the full-length reaction, check it out over on Patreon, or if you become a member of the channel, get you access as well. It is a watch-along format, so you will need your own footage to sync up with the time code to react to the entire episode. Get the same thing for all the other shows and movies that we cover in the channel. You also get to suggest and vote on what movies to react to each month. We got monthly Q&As, behind-the-scenes footage to try to make it worth your while, since you're going to support the channel. But guys, at the end of the day, I really appreciate it. Enjoy this reaction. Please leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you're not already, because it really helps these videos out. With that all said and out of the way, let's go ahead and hop into episode 1, Even for Kings. Here we go.
At the heart of creation lies the planet Eternia, a wondrous world of dualities, men and monsters, science and sorcery. Like contentious siblings, these powers have waged wars, though the champions of magic reigned supreme. But after a cataclysmic revelation, the secrets are no more. And with every revelation comes the promise of revelation.
Nice. That's a cool transition from before to now. I like that. Having it bust apart and tear the old emblem into the new.
Trust not what Subternia shows, for terror fuels the fires of hell, whose lord is called. I smell no fear. Offer up the only possession any soul still holds at life's end. Your name.
My name?
I am Prince of Eternia,
Yeah, that's what I thought.
A champion.
And I'm Orko.
Oh, whoa.
His fearless friend with the tiny ticket to Subternia.
Yo.
We didn't come to fight, Scareglow. Our friends were sent to Subternia by Skeletor, so we ask that you let us leave the land of the dead with the souls of our friends Clampchamp and Fistum.
Aww.
Ranius and Malcolm died as
Yes.
heroes, so they belong in a better place than this.
Where would that be? Besides, they're perfect additions to my collection.
Whoa.
If I give up these treasures, then I have to give up all of their delicious fear. Terror so palpable, you can still hear their screams.
We didn't want to crack some skulls, but we will if we have to.
Look even better, hanging beside them.
You dumbass.
So much for diplomacy.
Hey, at least you tried.
By the power of Grayskull.
Let's go. Hell yeah. I do love that it's just out that he's He-Man now.
Since you're inviting your friends, I guess my friends can drop in too.
Oh, he opened a door. Hell yeah. Let's go. God.
Even cowboys get the fuse, as in.
Oh. Jeez! Wow. Powerhouse never misses with that action, man. I really need to watch their Castlevania series of one of these days, finally. Oh, we know we got back up here, right? There's no way we don't. Let's go. Who we got? Whoa!
Did you see that? I got him with the first shot. Not bad.
Hell yeah! Ah! Whoa.
Aye, soldier.
The man-at-arms always lends a hand.
Hell yeah! You gonna hop in? Let's go! Whoa!
Dad? Is this bully bothering you, son?
Dude, hell yeah.
Well done, Adam.
It looks so much like the Hulkbuster. Oh, you bastard. Oh, shit.
You will all become part
Oh.
of my collection.
Whoa. Dude, he looks like Urgot. Nice. Beat his ass. Let's go. That meaty knee right to the mouth, dude.
Cover your eyes. I'm turning on the lights in this dungeon.
Hell yeah. Solar flare. I love that she can, like, join the fight. You know, she's not locked down or anything of the sort.
Just following your lead, my champion.
No.
Flirt later, you two. Let's get out of this hellhole. Cloud Pusher, we're on our way.
You can give her the power later. It's fine. We got stuff to do right now. What was that little twinkle?
Seal the deal! Seal the deal!
I will burn you alive and feast on your flesh while your soul marinates in darkness.
Yeah. We've heard it all before. Shut the hell up.
Sorry, Scarecrow.
Nice.
Subternia is officially on lockdown.
I love how all this shit, too, looks like action figures and all that stuff. It's like literally a toy box come to life.
You were incredible back there.
No.
What about you? Nobody's ever shattered.
Here,
the gate to
pal,
hell before.
buddy, old. Oh, is
Adorable, these two
he-
kids finally seeing what the rest of us all seen years ago.
What have you been saying to
Oh,
people, Dad?
what the?
Dad?
My king!
Dad!
Oh no! If Teela is now elevated, is he gonna have to finally be king? Oh.
Two heads are not better than one, so shut up!
Ooh, that's it! You're getting a headbutt.
You're the headbutt!
You're
Minions of Almighty
good one.
Lord, there was a time when magic, not machine, was my weapon of choice. And as plan after pitiful plan fell apart, I blamed only me.
Wow.
And now that my mind is open, I only trust what I see.
Interesting.
All I see is motherboard. Glory be.
So goofy, man.
Another soul absorbed for the board, my master.
And what about Skeletor?
After decades of desertion, he has seen the error of his ways and serves only us, my lord.
You have succeeded at that which all others have failed me. And so, the Eternian conversion continues. The skies above Grayskull will teem with the Horde army.
Man, I love his voice. He
wasn't hurt during the battle, Mendor. So what's wrong with my dad?
Because that's Keith David, right? It sounds like him.
And we still can't find the cure.
Still?
We discovered it weeks ago, my lord. But your father forbade me from sharing the diagnosis
Oh.
with anyone but the Queen and Lord Duncan.
You knew about this?
Oh.
How could you let him go with me?
Fighting for the souls of his friends at the side of his
Honestly,
son,
it's probably
that
one
was
of the things.
Dad's last wish.
Last wish,
Oh.
no.
Yeah, see, that's what I was going to say. I was like, that's all what he always wanted was the warrior's son, you know, the king's heir, the be by his son's side and all this stuff. And
Death comes for us all, my son. What little I have left, I need to spend on my two greatest loves. I would like to speak to my family alone, please.
no. What was that look about? What in the world? Whoa. Huh. What the hell was that?
I don't understand what we're trying to conjure here, Teela.
Preternia. I've been trying to rebuild Preternia.
Oh.
So heroic souls like Radius and Malcolm have a place to go. But now the King Randor is about to die. If I don't restore Preternia, what will happen to his soul? I can't just let it dissipate and be gone forever. And Adam needs to know his father is going on to his great reward.
Maybe the Sorceress can help?
I can't run to my mother to fix my problems all the time.
But asking people who love you for help isn't wrong either, Teela.
No.
Especially since King Randor is running out of time.
Yeah. It never hurts to ask for a hand.
You came to me from the heavens like an angel. The greatest adventures I ever embarked on as liege of this land were the ones I shared with you.
No.
Thank you for making me a man who is worthy of a woman like you. And thank you for making our son my pride and joy. You always had more heart than anyone in Eternia, which means you have plenty to share. So don't wait too long to tell Teela how you really feel.
Dude, I think she knows. I think everybody knows. Maybe it hasn't been vocalized, but it's out there at least in some way.
How can I help, Teela?
I've been trying to restore Preternia, using the power of Grayskull and every ounce of Zor magic at my command. I can't do it, Mom. I guess I'm just not strong enough.
It has nothing to do with strength, Teela. Preternia was created with the magic from all three of the old gods. Zor, Ka, and Havoc.
Oh, really?
You'll need the help of all three powers.
Oh, shit. How are we pulling that off?
And with Preternia gone, my soul remains tethered to this place, powerless for all eternity.
Wow, she does not catch a break.
You're the first sorceress who can leave Grayskull.
Stuck here in life, stuck here in death.
You can do this, Teela. You've always shined your brightest whenever your heart is on the line.
Why didn't you tell me you were dying, Dad?
Because then you would have done anything in your power as He-Man to save me.
No.
Your place now is not on the battlefield as He-Man, but in the palace as Prince Adam.
There it is.
For once I draw my last breath, you will become king of Eternia.
Dad, please.
But will you rule as Adam or as He-Man? Because it cannot be both.
Why not?
The king can't
I thought we
his
established
subjects for
that.
high adventure.
Oh, okay.
King
I
of
mean,
Grayskull is already a heavy burden.
you can do
Throwing a
both,
crown on
right?
top of it could break even the most powerful man in the universe.
I mean, we already established that Adam's a special cookie in the long line of He-Men.
A choice between the scepter and the sword. No tears. For I've lived a long life, one in which I've tasted triumph, but never without paying a price. I've lost friends, family, even a brother. And yet I die, a luckier man than most. Not because I was king, simply because I was your husband and your father. I love you. both. So,
Wow. I didn't think it was gonna happen this fast, man, but now it's what? He's king now, right?
Do we have to do the coronation so soon? Dad's been gone a day.
Which means Eternia has been without a king for just as long.
That's a good point. I mean, you can't be kingless in this case.
What am I supposed to say?
Just tell them the truth, son. And the truth is that you loved your father very much, and he loved you.
Adam, it's time.
Damn, man, we're really kicking this off heavy. We had our fun front-loading everything, and then, woof, really dropping the hammer.
The king was a... The king. One time I wanted a billow bike, but all the billow bikes had been sold. So rather than order his subjects to make another one, he built me a billow bike. He used my old bike and added new parts. And over the course of 4 nights, my father never wore a tool belt in his life until that week. And when he finally presented me the billow bike that he built with his own 2 hands, I didn't have the heart to tell him how bad it looked. How homemade. I mean, I couldn't ride this thing in public. I'd be the laughing stock of all of Eternia. And I never once rode the billow bike my dad built for me.
No.
But now, I'd give all the money in the world to ride that billow bike just once. We lost the best king Eternia has ever known. And as I prepare to wear the crown, I can only say that I'm sorry that I'll never be half the man or king my father was.
Then don't accept the crown.
Who the hell?
Someone who was robbed of his birthright.
Oh, the brother.
And the rightful ruler of Eternus.
Oh, God. Are you fucking kidding me? Yes, Keith David. Thought so. Keldor. William Shatner. I did not hear that. Like, it sounded familiar, but it didn't. I wasn't picking up Shatner. I knew Shatner was in this, but I don't know. I wasn't connecting there. But it is wild, man. We got Mark Hamill and we got William Shatner in the show now, man. What an emotional start. We had, like, the last bit be all about Teela finally, you know, accepting and building and taking her place as the sorceress. It was this thing that's been long since bubbling up and something that's been building and frothing in the background for a long time to finally fulfill that and get her into that position. And with us going into this new stage, once we were opening up and doing this other stuff, my immediate thought was like, what's the next step for Adam? And obviously that would be taking his place in the position he had also always been being built up for, being groomed for, was being king eventually. You know, he'd always been, you know, Eternia's protector as He-Man. Now those had kind of blended together. The next thing would be for him to take the throne. At that point now, though, what I didn't consider is that, is there going to be this idea, and it's been put forth here by Randor, is that will he rule as Adam or will he rule as He-Man? Though the first season was all about really hammering home that those are one and the same. He's Adam when he's Adam. He's Adam when he's He-Man. That is what separated him from the other heroes when he went to Preternia, is that he never let the power change who he was. Where Randor made his point, at least, was that he can't just go gallivanting on his adventures like he used to. While you could. But then that you're splitting yourself. You're dividing your responsibilities as king, your responsibilities as Eternia's protector, and all that. And can there be a balance? It's almost the superhero problem, you know? Can you be Peter Parker while also being Spider-Man? Can you juggle all of that? Can you get the girl while having all these responsibilities? That seems to be the question we are now asking. Also, now in this point with him being in this transitionary period at his father's funeral, to have his father's brother, his uncle, come in and just kind of be like, hey, fuck you. This is mine. I'm going to take this opportunity to take what was rightfully mine back. You know, now that his father's gone, whatever kept him away has him coming out from the shadows to kind of throw his name into the hat, so to speak. I liked Adam's speech, though, the whole, like, Billowbike thing, and about how his father, you know, it's like for a king of all people to handcraft for his own son when he could have easily waved his wand, his staff, his scepter, and had anybody else do it for him or whatever. Wanted to do something himself for his son. It's just a beautiful, beautiful sentiment. It is also kind of funny considering how much he just was always mildly, seemingly disappointed with Adam over the time for not being the man who he thought he was going to be, or the king or the prince or whatever, that he was skirting his abilities. But obviously all that changed once he realized that he had been He-Man all this time. He was like, oh, he wasn't actually just screwing around the entire time. He was doing important stuff. But still, his mother never saw him as anything different. And I like that, you know, just as much as she had an influence on who Adam became as a person, she also very much so played a heavy part in making Randor who he is. Speaking of families and mothers, I like that Teela isn't afraid after everything that happened, you know, now she doesn't want to lean on her at every turn, but that she's also willfully able to go and talk to her mother, that her mother's still there. Also, it's still that kind of curse with her mother being trapped to Grayskull in life is also trapped there in death. But now with Preternia gone, there's this interesting idea of where do the worthy go? Where do the righteous go? With heaven being destroyed, the only thing left is Subternia. So where does your soul go if not to Subternia, if it is righteous, if it is pure, if it is anything other than what would get you sent down there? You just disappear, evaporate. She's trying to rebuild that heaven for them. But to do so, she's going to need to try to find or practice or learn or reach out to maybe these other powers that have since been lost. Obviously, we know the Havoc staff, that's in an interesting situation right now with Skeletor having kind of sworn off magic and kind of starting to follow the motherboard, taking technology into the mix. I'm very curious to see how that's going to go. And I just noticed here on the cast list, he's now listed as Skeletech. I don't know, man. There's a lot of fun stuff that they're going to be playing around with in this. And also, obviously, they've kind of fuddled around with the lore a little bit, kind of standing their ground in certain aspects, especially considering the Skeletor, Hordak, Keldor trifecta. Again, that opening was fun. It was wild. Them coming in, him trying to be diplomatic, kind of being a little bit of a mix of that King and He-Man, by coming in there going diplomacy first, and when that fell through, he turned into aggressive negotiations. I liked seeing his father going out into the battlefield as well, and I did think that was a little off, and it did make me kind of wonder if he was either going to get killed in the battle, or if this was something else that was going to come out about it maybe later in the season, but we got all that out of the way right now. But I'm excited to see where they go with this, and where they take these characters from this point forward, and what Adam's journey is going to be this time around. You know, before it was really just hammering home why Adam is important to the He-Man equation. Obviously, there was a lot of pull about him losing his powers and him putting too much faith in those powers, him feeling powerless, like that Adam isn't enough for Eternia. And it was about finding that value in who Adam is and why Adam is important. And now that he's kind of unified those elements, it's now how can we make that manifest into who Adam and He-Man can be, both as king or whatever. I'm excited to see what they do with it. We'll see what happens, man. Guys, what'd you think of the episode? How do you feel about this first episode? How do you feel about where Adam's journey is going to go? Let me know your thoughts down below. We'll carry on the conversation after the video. Hope you enjoyed the reaction. If it did, leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you're not already. Remember, if you want to see the full length reaction, check it out over on Patreon, or if you're a member of the channel, get you access as well. And speaking of before you go, I want to shout out our channel legends: Benny Sherritt, Ryan Karen, Orko, Scott, Melito, Robert Anguiano, Jeffrey Hale, Jake Contrell, Eric Official, Casey Wood, JoJo, and Russell Crockett. Thank you guys so much for continuing to support, and everybody who's been supporting the channel over there. That's it for this video, guys, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care, everybody.